8,960 pounds, a very nicely kept rear living couples camping with full front bed slide Sprinter coming to us here at Advantage One RV Brokers of Coldwater, Michigan. This is the consignments division of Haylett RV, where we sell RVs on behalf of some folks, but don't let that worry your little head too much. We still do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. Now this footage, some of you may recognize as a bit of a repost. I really don't know that I've ever done this before, but I just happened to be re-watching some of the footage that I had recorded, and this video came up, and I started watching it, and frankly, I don't know if I had a bug up my backside the day I first recorded it, but I really didn't feel like I did my best work. And over here, this is Advantage One, RV Brokers. We're representing this RV on behalf of the person for whom we are selling it. And I thought, they deserve better. And I need to do better. And I wanted to come back and start with a fresh slate and do this one the job it properly deserves. And frankly, you folks at home and the person for whom we're selling this. So let's do this right. What I like about this one, I tell you what, it's a one-slide living room that doesn't feel like a one-slide living room. It has a wider body at 100 inches, so plus 4 inches versus standard, and a deeper slide at 42 inches, so plus 6 inches. So this thing's a foot wider than a normal RV. And that really adds up quickly, makes a huge difference. And if you don't think so, try putting on a pair of pants whose waist is 2 inches too big or too small for you. 10 inches is a huge difference, isn't it? And I love the just the color patterns and almost the cabin-like, very almost kind of like natural cut sort of look and feel accents that they have throughout this cabinetry. It's got a warm, welcome, calm, rustic feel to it. And being a rear living room, so many windows. Oh, Lord. You're gonna see, this thing, when I spin around, has tons of windows. But first in the back, we got our dual rocking chairs here. All those windows open for airflow. The two chairs beside the the two windows, rather, beside the chairs. The windows on the slide sides, they also open for airflow. And speaking of opening, check this out. Big old tri-fold sleeper sofa for the guests, which I'm pretty sure I might have been the first and only person to open that thing up. It sure doesn't look like it was used. The slides are nice and tall. They're 6.5 foot tall, which allows, a full walk-in height, so I can walk in without banging my noggin against stuff. And kind of like all the kitchen cabinetry, just the warm, welcoming wood tones. And I'm looking at this table, and this is taking me back to my grandparents' house as a kid, and I want to sit here and play some euchre. It's got that, like, kind of cool distressed edging about it. I like that. And being a deeper slide, you have more room, shoulder to shoulder between you and the guests. So you don't quite have to, be fighting each other for space. So the thing with a lot of rear living rooms is they very often have, well, rather pitiful kitchens. That, however, is not the case in this Sprinter right here. In fact, I think it's got a pretty darn good one. Now, obviously, the TV can seriously pivot around for easy viewing anywhere, but that also makes access space to the storage potentially, located behind it. Now, nice details like this. This is like comfort features that I really look for in an RV, or I would personally add to one if they weren't there, but the struts on the door above the fridge so that the door keeps itself open. That's already tall enough. You don't want to have to be fighting with the door when you get there. This is all pocket screwed cabinetry, hardwood cabinet door frames. Stuff that's designed to, especially with the shorter length of this, and this is about as short as I think you can get with a full bed slide. That's really one of the main points of this floor plan. It's bigger when you get there, but smaller on the road. It's a nice combo of features. Easy reach outlets there is a very welcome thing. But I mean, the storage just keeps going. Look at this, just everything comes open to you. And I love that, what I call pull-out perfect pantry, that lower, like below the counter, vertical pantry space. Especially in what I call a toothpick cabinet like that, a tall, thin one, so that you don't have to get on your hands and knees and go digging around in there. The storage comes to you. And below the sink, there is also space for a big wastebasket or some larger pots and pans or something below that high-rise sprayer faucet. Now, one of the questions I think we're going to get is, okay, sure, the TV can pivot around, but what if I'm sitting in the chair by the door? Can I still see the TV? Yeah. Yeah, you most definitely can. Now you can see I don't have the chair scooted away from the wall or anything like that. I've got it right where you would normally have it. Frankly, I would probably scoot it to the left a little bit, and this would only get better. And by the way, I didn't mention it, I'm sure you could see, but that is an electric space heating fireplace down there, taking the nip out of the air without burning up our propane. Because you already bought their electricity. Why burn up your propane unless you really need it? Now, if it's going to be super duper cold, you actually really want to run the propane furnace, because the electric fireplace is not providing heat to the belly. A little tip from your Uncle Josh, the RV nerd. Porcelain foot flush bowl in a corner mounted stool here to give you some decent leg room. And what's interesting about the upper deck of this, since it is a wide body fifth wheel, the upper deck is actually weirdly reminiscent of something like the Fusion toy hauler that we have down at Haylett RV. It's extremely similar up here, including even that extra large bath vent fan. Sliding around the corner over here, you can see this beautiful one-piece molded shower fixture with handy corner seat, so you can sit down to, you know, shave your legs, shave your back. I don't know. I don't know who's watching this video. Maybe somebody needs to shave their back doing it. You get the idea. Medicine cabinet over here directly in front of the sink, and plenty of room for things like toothbrushes and, you know, your shavers and all that kind of stuff. It's just simple, smart details sometimes make the big differences. Now up here, you can see previous owner was kind enough to mount a TV for us and even put it on an articulating mount so that the TV can face down, so that we got a little bit of a no neck wrecker entertainment center going on even in our bedroom. This is a 60 by 80 queen bed, and I love those windows on both sides of it for that cross breeze in there. And the entire front wall of this thing is just storage galorage. You know, great closet space, dresser space. But that's not all. I mean, if we take a walk on the wild side of the bed over here, presumably, you can see, like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dresser drawers directly across from you. That's awesome. And the good news just keeps coming at us as we take a look here in the pass-through. Look up top. Folks have a handy little outside picnic table mount, so even if the campsite you visit doesn't have a picnic table, you always will. And it's not a drop frame compartment, but you'd never know it. There's great storage in here. And frankly, you tend to put totes side by side more than on top of one another for the most part, regardless. Now, this door obviously comes right under the, you know, bedroom slide, as you can see right there. So they strutted it, which I think is smart, so that it doesn't, you know, smash into things. Now, Sprinter was effectively, when they went through their wide body revisions, they kind of became like Keystone's answer to the Jayco open range wide body division. And along with that, you see a very similar thing, those strong arm stabilizer jacks right there. Because this is a wider body coach, but you don't want to make it, you know, topsy-turvy when it gets to its destination. Those strong arm stabilizer jacks, they're worth the hype. They do everything they say they're going to do. This thing will feel like it's on a concrete pad at your campsite. I am a much larger proponent of those strong arm jacks versus something like fifth wheel kingpin tripods. Biggest reason is you don't have to, you know, waste potential storage space and lug around those kingpin jacks when the strong arms are just basically already attached. You can see the big compartment up front there, just above that spare tire as well. Painted nose cap on the front, going to help resist some sun fade. 100-inch wide body with 42-inch deep slide. Gives you extra living space in every room of the RV. Now you can see previous owners added those handy slide awnings to help keep the sunshine and weather and sticks and stones and all that good stuff, like over here. You know, beautiful camping in the Midwest, but all these trees, they like to try to drop stuff on your RV, and those slide awnings right there are really going to do a number to help protect the tops of your slides, like your seals and all that stuff. Down below, we are enclosed. We are forced air heated. This is an excellent extended, you know, season series of RVs. You'll enjoy power jacks all the way around on this too. Power leveling in the front, power stabilizers in the rear, so everything is just push button simple. Down here on the bumper also, a bolt-on 2-inch receiver was added. Let me get up out of the shade line. That is going to be a great solution for things like, you know, bike racks or small accessories. Nothing too big, nothing too heavy. You don't want to get overloading, but it is nice that you do have some allowances there. And again, being a rear living room, you are swimming in windows on this thing, always giving you good light and visibility. And it shouldn't come as a surprise the way the rest of the RVs look great, especially the exterior skin. You can tell the folks obviously were on top of their, you know, washing, cleaning, conditioning routines, but it looks fantastic up here. I can also see, like, around this vent right here, where they had done a couple little touch-up sealing beads. So they are obviously very proactive in their maintenance and upkeep efforts. They weren't just leaving anything to chance. This is exactly what you want to see on an RV, because people who take care of the roof of their RV, they tend to just take care of everything in their RV. They go from the top down. And unfortunately, not everyone is willing to go to the extent that the previous owners did. They did a good job here. I think you're going to be very happy with it. You take it home. Short enough to be very towable, large enough to enjoy it at a destination. Awesome balance of qualities. So give us a call down here at Advantage One RV Brokers, where we do it all. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.